Alright guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to what is my basement, but I call it the dungeon slash kind of man cave because it's my way of getting away from places. But anyways, I know we've done some research videos and hard resurfacing videos, but I got two balls here today that belong to two of my friends that bowl in the same league as I do. Tim and Joe, shout out to you guys for letting me do this, and I know you're watching this. So these are going to be prime examples of what a hard surface is going to do to these balls to bring them back from the dead. Now granted, these guys are bowling decent games with them. I mean, they're still rolling them really well, but we're going to bring the performance back to these balls today. So let's spin them around and show you the two balls that we're going to be doing a hard resurface on today. Alright, here we go. We got the Ogre and Euro and your whatever. So let's start with this one. As you can see, these are pretty deep. Like these ones I'm not going to get out 100% because unless I shave it way down. But if you can see this ball, I mean, there's the Ebonite logo. I mean, you can see all the marks. Still a little wet. I cleaned them before I prep them. So I mean, you can see all the marks. This one's a little harder to see because of the purple, but I mean, you can definitely see the marks in this one. I like that logo. So, I mean, so we're going to take them and get them on the ball spitter and do a hard resurface on them. And, you know, we're going to make these balls look like brand new. Well, as close to brand new as we can. So, alright, let's get into it. Alright guys, we're going to start with the Ebonite ball. I'm going to do one part of the ball, and then I'm going to pause it, finish this ball. I'm going to go into the next ball, do the same thing, do one side, pause it, finish it, and I'm going to show you what they look like after each step like I did before. So we're going to start with 120 grit. And as you see, I got a dust mask on this time. I was smart enough to get one because it does throw a lot of dust. Take a gander at it, see what we got here. I'm going to get a little more on it. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Alright, I'm going to continue on and get into the next one. Alright, we're going to do 120 on the Ogre now. And I'm going to show you after what they look like at 120. Longer. Now I am counting how many times I'm going up and down so I can make sure that I do the same amount on each side of the bolt. Alright guys, there is 120 grit. Now like I said, you're not going to get every mark out of the ball. Some are really deep, like this one, but it's not in the track area, so no big deal on that. I mean, some of these marks are really deep. You're not going to get them all. And like I said before, you may take some of the emblem off. This ball's emblem is a lot deeper than the Ebonite one, so don't worry about the logo if it does come off. It ain't gonna affect anything. So let's get into 220 grit and get back on the Ebonite ball. Here we are with the Ebonite ball at 220 grit going at it. This ball is gonna go back to out of the box finish, which is 3000 grit with polish. So this one's you're gonna see a little bit more in the video than the other one. I'll explain why here in a minute when we get to it. And don't rush this process, guys. It does take some time to do. No doubt about that. It's going to take me at least an hour or two to get through both of these balls. So, alright, I'm going to pause it, finish it up, and get on the purple one. Alrighty, we're going to jump to 220 now on the purple one. Now, like I was saying with the green one, the green and yellow one's going to 3000 polish. This one is going to 1500 grit polish. That's what it's out of the box finish was. So that's what Joe wants on it, and on this one, and Tim wants it out of the box on the green and yellow one. So that's what we're going to do for these guys. Alright guys, I'm going to finish it up and I'm going to show you what they look like at 220. Alright guys, there is 220 grit. And as you can see, most of them marks are gone. There's still a few, you know, that are pretty deep that I'm not going to be able to get. But they're looking good. They're really going to look good here after I get to the final stage with them. So let's move on and get to 400 grit. 400 grit. We're really starting to clean them up now. Oh yeah, he's starting to look good now. Alright, gonna continue on and get the purple one out for 400 grit. finish it and show you what 400 grit looks like. Alright guys, here's a look at them at 400 grit. And they're getting there. We got 600 grit dry, and then we're going to get into 1,000 and start wet sanding these babies. Really starting to bring the color out. So, alright, let's get on to the 600 grit and keep this show on the road. Roll some 600. Now really work the scratches out now as we go up. Scratches are going to get finer and finer and finer. Oh yeah, starting to look good now. Alright, now continue on. Alright, going on to 600 on the purple ball. These balls are really looking good. I want to say that I got about 75 to 80% of the marks out. So, all in all, they're starting to look really good. They're really going to work well. I'm pretty sure this is really going to bring the performance back out on these balls. This is the last grit, and I can take my mask off because we're going to be wet sanding after this. So, all right, stay tuned. I'm going to finish this up, and we're going to get. All right, guys. There's 600 grit. As you can see, it's starting to take some of the heavier stuff away. We're going to get into wet sanding them now with 1,000 grit, and this is where the balls are really going to make a difference. So stay tuned, and we're going to keep on rolling. And we're going to get this ball nice and sanded. Gonna put some liquid on there and get her nice and wet. Here we go. Drying pad and get the water off of this side. Oh yeah, you can pretty much see the difference in it now. Oh yeah, she's looking good. All right, gonna keep going. We're gonna jump into the purple one. All right, guys, there's at 1,000 grit. You can see most of the marks are gone. Really, a lot of them come out of that one. There was a couple real deep ones that's still in there, but couldn't get them ones out. But all in all, they're looking good. So let's get on to 15,000 and get them keep moving. I really like when I get to the wet sanding part, because you really get to see the ball transform and get to really see what kind of work you actually did to the ball and how much nicer you made the ball. And then, you know, getting it back to looking good and performing like it should. All right, on to 15,000. Like I said, this is a long process. I'm going on about an hour and 20 minutes, and I still ain't done yet. But it's fun, I enjoy it. I like doing this kind of stuff. Gives me something to do on the weekends when I'm not working, so it's all about having fun and enjoying what you do, so. Alright, I'm going to finish this up and then we're going to get into the purple one. Alrighty, last step for this ball. This ball stops here at 1500 grit until we get some polish. Until we get the other ball at 2,000 and 3,000, then I will polish them both together. So this is the last you'll see this ball until it's time to polish both of them. Like I said before, I have fun doing this. I like doing this kind of stuff. Like I said, weekends there's nothing to do. It's getting cold outside. The wife is working, so this kind of keeps me busy, keeps me occupied. Plus I, you know, get our stuff cleaned up and resurfaced if it is scheduled to be resurfaced. I'll check on all that today, you know, see how many games I have on each of the balls and see if they're due for a resurface yet or not. It's stuff that I do just to keep busy and occupied. Alright, there's 1,500 on that side. I'm going to finish her up and we're going to get back at her again. On to the green one. Alright guys, there they are at 1,500 grit polish, or 1,500 grit, sorry. This ball is done until we get to the polish stage, so that one you're not going to see until I'm done with putting 2,000 and 3,000 on this. Once I'm done with that, we're going to get the fingers cleaned up and wipe them off with Wow Factor, and then we're going to get some polish on them. So, alright, let's continue on the ebonite. 2,000. Get my pad nice and wet here. Alright. Let's keep the good times rolling. No pun intended. So we're getting close to being done. We're about an hour and 40 minutes into this now. That's why I'm not showing you all four sides of the bowling ball, because this would make for a long video and it's already going to be long enough. So alright, get her this side dried off. Alright guys, I will see you on 3000 pad. Final step before polish on this ball. And then we're going to get these babies polished up. It's going to be a good time slinging some polish. Like I said before, I enjoy doing this, and if you're still watching, you know, Tim and Joe, I'm sure you're going to be happy with the results. Like I said, they're not 100%, you know, nick-free and scratch-free, but they're definitely came back from the dead, that's for sure. They were pretty beat up, but I'm taking care of you guys here, so. Alright. Gonna get this part dried off, and I'm gonna finish it, and then we're gonna get into some polish. So stay tuned. Look how shiny she's already getting at 3000. Woo, look at that shine. Alright, there you have it at 1500 grit and 3000 grit. You can almost see the difference in them. Not a whole lot. This one's a little bit more duller than this one, but alright, we're gonna go grab some polish and get these babies shined up. Alrighty, on the ebonite ball, I'm gonna get some polish on it right now. I'm gonna use some True Cut hand apply polish, the 5500 grit, and we're gonna shine this baby up. Like I did with all the other ones, I'm just going to show you this side. And then when the balls are completely done, I will show you what they look like polished. I mean, yeah, I did clean the balls. This polish will, you know, clean the surface as well as it's polishing, but I always like to start off with a clean surface, even though this stuff is going to clean anyways. Wow, look at that shine. Alright, I'm excited. I'll show you guys what they look like when we're done. Alright, and finally the purple ball. Kind of excited here. This one here is, the colors are really going to be pretty. The green and black and yellow one is really pretty. But I really think this one's really going to shine with the colors. Alright guys, they are done. Are you ready for this? Because I am blown away from start to finish. Look at these. Wow. I mean, just look at, like I said, There's still a few marks that were really deep. But man, and then this one. Remember how nicked up this one was. I mean, look at this one too. I mean, wow. Before and after in these, just amazing. All right, Joe and Tim, I know you're watching. I hope you guys are happy with them, and I hope they work well for you. All right, guys, until next time, I'll see you out on the lanes.